Hi guys, this is Jeff Green from ProfitableInvesting.com, and I just wanted to create a video on Facebook stock this week because of the 10 or 4% drop on Friday. I wrote a little bit about that in my market timing update for the end of the trading week. There's a little chunk of Facebook stock analysis and what we ought to do now. Basically, Facebook announced that they would create more meaningful interactions on their platform by prioritizing content from family and friends posts over news feeds. That caused a big dilemma in the media because a lot of people thought that that would reduce Facebook's revenue going forward. Some people think it did, some people think it didn't, but the bottom line was that Facebook dropped by 4% on Friday. So I just wanted to produce a little bit video and go through what the situation is the way I see it. So I'm going to go to a detailed chart on Facebook. This is a daily trading chart of Facebook that finishes with this 4% drop that you can see on Friday. Goes all the way back to February of 2016. This is 2016 here, and 2017, and then of course 2018 starts here. A couple of observations. First of all, I purchased Facebook for the portfolio right around the middle of September in 2017. And I paid a price of $126.45 per share. I managed it with stops all the way to the current time period. The current stop is at $168.61. So the gain to the current price, I've held that in the portfolio for it'll be 500 in a handful of days next week. But the gain to the current price, today's price, where it closed on Friday, is 41.85%. And if you're a regular reader of profitable-investing.com, you'll know that I manage risk by stop prices. So with this current stop at $168.61, that would mean if I got sold at that price, the gain on this stock would be 33 and a third percent or thereabouts. It's very close to that number. So 126.45 to 168.61 is a gain to that price of 33%. So if you look at it across the entire 500 and some days of holding the stock, I calculate an annualized gain of 24.32%. That means that if you annualize this 33%, then you have an annualized gain of 24%. That's not bad. I think S&P was 15 or 18% over 2017, but it's not stellar. And I'll show you what I mean. Let me just go to the to my profitable investing site, and we'll go down to the portfolio updates. And when this opens here, we'll just scroll down to the table. I'm going to jump in here. And when the table comes up, we'll do a search on Facebook here. And so we can see that in the portfolio. I update this every week, so this is available to you. It has how many days it's been in this position, and the current stop price, like I mentioned, 168.81, and the purchase price is 126.45. So that gives me a total gain loss for the current price of 47.7%. But what I wanted to point out to you was that that's not a huge gain. I wasn't very happy with Facebook's performance. Let's look at the gain and loss of some of the bigger positions. Like Winnebago here is up almost 60% over 170 days. So that's that's about 3 times the gain over about 1/3 the trade duration. So that's certainly better. Here's Facebook. Here's Dana Incorporated, 150 days, and it's already up 40%. Here's the Technology Select Spider Fund, up 40%, 471 days. So you can see, Facebook was a pretty good trade. It made a pretty good chunk of money. It was better than the stock market averages, which we always like to see, but it wasn't the best. So keep that in mind as we go forward here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to the next chart, and I'm going to expand this little area over here so we can sort of see what we want to do with Facebook, whether we want to sell it outright or just sort of see if the current stop is going to hold for us. So let me scroll down here to the last few months trading. So this here is is the end of that prior chart that we were talking about. You can certainly see the huge amount of selling that occurred on Friday. People apparently were scared out of their wits, and they said, "Oh, I'm going to sell Facebook at any cost," and they certainly did. They drove the price down 4% from where it closed on Thursday down to where it closed yesterday. Actually, it went down lower than that, but recovered somewhat. So here's a couple of things to look at. Here's that stop price of 168.61. That's this green line along here. For Facebook to hit that stop price and exit me from that position, it would have to drop down about another almost 6%. So that would be a 10% move from its high on Thursday to the stop price that I currently have set on this stock. So here's the way I set prices. If you see these circles here, these are what's called support zones. This is where there was some action around, and you might expect Facebook to get some support somewhere between 174, 175, all the way down to 170. This circle here is another very strong area of support, and all this action in here represents support for Facebook. So like I said, it needs to drop 6% for me to get stopped out. Do I think it'll drop 6%? Honestly, everybody, I don't have a clue. I don't know if it's going to drop 6%. I don't think it will, but it might, and if it does, I'll take my what was it, 24% profit and be done. But that's me, and that's the way I manage risk. The other couple of things to note on this chart is, again, the huge volume and what that did to the on-balance volume chart. It wasn't very strong to begin with. It was just holding its own. You can see by the 20-day moving average that it was weak, and with that huge down day, that huge volume, it brought the on-balance volume down below the 20. So it's weak, no question about it. MACD shows you should expect a pullback because the momentum's slowing down a little bit, and Williams percent R is showing you the same thing. So I would expect some more work in this area. I'm not sure that I wouldn't expect it to immediately go beyond the stop, but it's anybody's guess. So my strategy on Facebook is to hold it. If it gets stopped out, I'm perfectly happy with that. If it goes back up, of course, I'll be perfectly happy with that. And maybe in the next few weeks here, I'll raise the stop price. So that's it. I hope that quells some of your fears on Facebook. As always, you can get a free subscription on profitable-investing.com, and you can contact me if you need to on my contact page. That's it. Have a great weekend, and we'll chat next week. Bye-bye.